Evening, everyone. It's 9 o'clock. Welcome to the show, Wednesday, 22nd of September, 2021. I've got a mosquito in the room. Oh, crazy. We're here till 10:30. Sophia Mantell, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Thane. I'm really well.
Great.
I actually didn't feel very well today, and if I'm quite honest with you, I don't feel 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the tummy. Not a COVID thing. There's no cough. Lethargic, maybe.
Yeah. I got I'm coming down with the can't be fucked, you know. I'm thinking, let's wrap this thing up on Friday, but I'm going to stay the course. It's a little bit hard when you're battling uphill. I have, to be honest, eaten a lot of takeaways today. I was the guy that just got stuck in there. McDonald's, and then I kicked on for KFC with the dinner. It's gross. Yeah. Everyone's saying shop local. I'm saying shut your face. I'm going to eat what I want. Started things off with a coffee. It was delicious. So, yeah, that's my life now.
Look, shop local, absolutely. People should be doing that online and out there in the food space for sure, sure. But sometimes you just need a bit of the dirty bird.
You do. Well, I'm going to bring in our fact checker, everybody. So let's welcome Benny Boy.
Please do.
And he's right there standing by. Hey, Ben.
Good evening, everybody. I am your resident fact checker. I'm actually, I'm just kicking off a tenure, actually. So I haven't been fact checking for long. Sometimes the facts have got holes in them. Sometimes the facts are watertight. But as I reach the end of the tenure in about 10 years, the facts will be much, much more factual.
Okay.
I've got a question about the word tenure.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to paint my fingernails at the same time. Multitasker.
As you wish.
Does tenure mean 10 years? Or am I a Philistine?
I don't know. I only remember, when I was a kid watching that show ER, the one that George Clooney was in.
Yeah.
And I just remember them saying it in that, and it sounded cool. And it sounded like if you're there for 10 years or something, you're you're that guy all of a sudden, and you're rich, and maybe you get a watch. I don't know. You
definitely
tell
get
other
a watch.
schmucks what to do.
But you can't wear the watch. I think you have to pin it onto your
onto your cozy. Okay. That's all you can ask for, really, is an upside-down watch.
All you can ask for after your tenure.
Quite right.
Absolutely.
So who's out there tonight? Have we got any listeners? Were you trying to talk, Thane? Sorry, I'm talking. Anyone commenting? Who's here? Show your face.
There's a couple of people.
Tell us what you ate. Are you in Auckland? Did you go out? Thane, over to you.
Thank you. For fuck's sake. Thanks. Who's this? We got a guy called Dan here. How are you, Dan? We can't see you. You there, Dan? You got some bad Wi-Fi. Does anyone know who Dan is?
Hello, hey, Luke. Dan, it's Luke here, buddy. I sent you the wrong link.
Who was it? Dan Carter. Was it Dan Carter?
I told him to listen in, but I sent him the wrong link. Let me get back to Dan.
Yeah, get back to Dan, man. All right.
Who's Dan?
Dan, he's an amazing mate of mine. He's a teacher. I was just going to get him on the show just to talk about teachings going on at the moment.
Okay, yeah. God.
Let's have a look at what's coming up on the show tonight. 10 minutes past 9 o'clock, Bomber Bradbury is going to join us. We're going to talk about Trump moving back into the White House. We're going to talk about this AUKUS thing, and we're going to talk about Sean Plunket making a move, getting back in media. Luke, you went on your late night trek last night. How did that go?
Oh, I got lost in the bush.
You're a moron.
I know.
What are you doing? You said you were going out on a tire.
Well, I was, and I had the tire under my arm, and I went round and round in circles, and I had my headlight on, and I sent Thane some video footage earlier.
I
And I just
saw that. I saw that in the chat, and I was like, "What on earth? I'm gonna rip him a new one."
9:30
this
tonight
evening.
is where we're going to be talking and showing that footage. Plus, 20 to 10, Samar. This is an old fan from my radio show at George. I met this guy when he was a kid at the library, and he let me use the photocopier for free. And his life has turned out pretty good. So he's joining us on the show. Then Samuel Flynn Scott, musician from Wellington, he joins us a bit later on.
good to have the muso back on. Good to have the muso back on.
Yeah, good to have a
How's
muso.
a wet Wednesday? Moist Wednesday.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you get your Fatimas today?
Do you know what? I missed out. They were too busy. I'll tell you what.
I told you to pre-order.
Ponsonby Road, Dominion Road were just chocker. There's no COVID in Ponsonby Road and Dominion Road. There was no apart. It was just a free-for-all, I tell you.
Wow, wait.
Oh, I saw you were driving down there and taking a video at the same time.
I know. I added. I know. What a great little video that was. Just to say hello to the locals down. It was good to smell the coffee, smell the bacon. Those croissants were just the baking. Oh, the sourdough was just
I
baking
noticed
with
you
the
haven't followed me
bakeries.
back on Instagram yet. We've only known each other for like 12 years, maybe 13 years.
I've been a bit slack on Instagram, actually.
It's disrespectful. We're
Yes,
on
I
a show
do.
together, for God's sake.
I know you should know a lot more about me, but that's the thing about this. You can discover a lot more about me, Sophia.
No,
I mean,
you
discover
followed
the person
me.
a lot
Luke. I've already followed you.
I know a lot about you too. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you think I mean following you, like stalking you.
Oh,
But I'm thinking about Instagram.
right. Oh, you're just thinking about Instagram. See, my Instagram's quite boring. Do you find that?
Yeah. But I was impressed that you put a story up today. It was quite interesting. I feel like you're showing a bit of your personality, and I like that. And I think the public appreciates that. What's happening with your business page, though, man? That is, it's got nothing on it.
Which one?
Your real estate one. What's happening there?
Yes, I've just didn't realise that was hooked up with my Instagram till today. I mean, I just found out about Google Docs today.
What?
Yeah, they are fantastic, Google Docs.
They are good, aren't they? I like it when you make a Google Drive, but you've got to be careful who you share it with, and then make sure you don't share it with share the wrong stuff.
But I mean, what colour are you putting on? Sorry, Sophia.
Okay, I'm doing my base coat here, Luke, and then I actually thought you guys could help me choose my main colour.
So what do you mean your base coat? Is it like a clear coat or a cream?
Coat, just, okay, so it's a clear coat. It looks a bit like this. This is clear. It's not white. Don't be fooled. That's just the outside. Okay, here are your two colour choices tonight. You've got the, what's this called? Fifth Avenue.
Yep.
Okay. So you've got the
Merlot.
I don't even know what that says.
I go for the Merlot. Go for the Merlot. I call that the Merlot.
Do you? I'm quite into this colour.
I don't like the Fifth Ave. That's very, very retirement home colour.
It actually looks surprisingly good on, and this is the one that you noticed when we were talking the other day, and you were like, "Oh, what colour's on your nails?"
Little lures for the men. Lures for the men.
G'day, Luke. How you doing there, buddy?
Good on you, mate. Good on you. It's good to see you. Good to see you slept in your jacket last night.
Yeah, buddy. Feeling good. Feeling good. Interesting what you were saying about having just discovered Google Docs. Considering it has been around since March 9th, 2006. Good to see you keeping up with the tech.
Wow.
I tell you, I think it's a fascinating thing. I thought it was a new discovery. I thought it just came out this year.
Luke's just jumped on MSN Messenger as well.
Have you heard about YouTube? It's a website, and on that website you can watch other people's videos and you can upload your own.
We're going to upload your
RedTube. Is that like RedTube?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yep. You're onto it, buddy.
Okay.
Google Documents
here about my nail polish.
Thanks, mate.
One says go orange. The other one says number 2. I need some votes, guys. Let's call this one number 1.
Hang on.
Yeah.
It's a good
Orange,
shot. Where we
delicate
at?
reddy orange. Okay, it's really fun. It screams summer's coming.
Right.
Yep.
I've already got it on my toes as well, and I do like to match. This is number 2. It's
I
a
do like
Merlot
Merlot.
colour.
I like
Luke
Merlot.
loves it, which leads me to be a little confused. We've got an even.
Please
do
don't say you want to
bottom?
see the toes. Please don't.
Do you do
Come
top
on.
and bottom the same color? Do you do the same color top and bottom?
I do like to try, because I think it's just more cohesive for my general vibe.
Yeah, it's just like you don't want to be mixed up really up here and down there type thing, do you? Yeah.
No, that's right. Now look, Frankie says trust the girls, and I have to go with that. I might have to, unless look, there's another one for 1. Yep, it's looking like we're going Fifth Avenue.
Rightio. And what about the one nail you do a different color? Is that not trendy anymore?
Oh no, thanks. That's disgusting. Look at that.
Ugh.
Michelle says she doesn't have toes. Lol. That's one less thing to paint, isn't it?
Yeah, but does Michelle have little toenails coming out of her stumps or something? I mean, where do they go?
Well, ask Michelle. Michelle, Luke's got a really awful question to ask you. Can he just be incredibly rude and inconsiderate and ask you a question about your amputated leg and the other leg that you have?
Give us a call, Michelle.
My question to you, Michelle, is you're an amputee, right? Is there like a little toe coming out of your knob, out of your stump?
Hold on.
She's an amputee, Rita. She's not thalidomide. It's 2 things.
Can I confirm?
You know, what do you reckon they did? Cut the limb off and just said, "Oh, here's your toe back," and stitched it up.
No. I'm thinking like a lizard. You know how you cut it off and the little
it grows back.
Yes, Michelle, you can.
Yeah, that's another thing as well, mate. That's a total other thing too. What about stem cell sort of implantation? You know?
Yeah,
the
first thing she said was, "Hey guys, look, can you use stem cell research to just grow me a fucking toenail? Don't worry about the leg. Can I just get the toe?"
Wow.
What I might do is
like a hoof.
I might cut my toenails tonight, give her some deep glue, and then she can just stick it on and paint it.
Are you a toenail scissors or a toenail clippers kind of guy?
Clippers all the way, mate. I like go deep in. I go deep.
Don't hurt yourself.
No.
Michelle,
now you're talking.
What's the number? It's just on screen. It's he's going to put it on screen now. Thane, you can do that, aren't you?
Oh, what an exciting night. I mean, how many minutes are we into the show? 13. Wow. That's auspicious.
I mean,
Michelle, as far as nail art goes, I mean, look at these ones that I've sort of queued up here. It's almost like wearing little personalities on your finger.
I don't love nail art.
Very tough being a lesbian with those nails, let's be honest. Holy moly.
Seriously.
Very explorative.
Guys, the phone number, Michelle, if you're listening, 021 949 555. You can text or you can give us a call. Here we go.
The cool thing about those nails is that if you were a lesbian and you wanted to explore a different look, you could try out 10 different hairstyles and looks at once.
Hi there. Who's that on the line? Sorry, Benny. Who's that on the line?
It's me.
Oh, g'day, Michelle. How are you? Michelle, welcome to the show, Michelle.
Sure stuff.
Fantastic. Hey, so can everybody hear Michelle well? Everyone's good? You can hear Michelle?
Yep, loud and clear.
So do you have any growths coming out of your stumps or knobs or?
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
My amputation was done about 15 years ago, and the surgeon did a bloody good job.
Great.
It was just below the knee.
Okay.
Michelle, can you still? I mean, you don't have any toes, do you? But you actually feel sometimes you stump your toes sometimes,
like
mentally.
Feel of toes.
Phantom pain.
I have feelings, but not feelings in my toes.
Nicely said.
You know, Michelle, that is we forget about that. What happens there? I mean, yeah, it's a different one, isn't it?
What do you mean? What happens there?
I don't know. I know nothing. I'm different.
Yes, we know that.
I mean,
Very well, very well.
Yeah,
I told the surgeon to take it off.
yeah.
He
Okay,
didn't
Yeah,
want
but
to,
right.
and I won that battle.
fantastic.
Yeah, but Michelle,
I don't have any nails
Right.
growing out of my other foot because it's complicated to explain, but my foot is folded over and my toes are digging into my skin, but I can't feel it.
yes,
Right,
your
Oh,
toes
thankfully.
claw around like a
Thank
claw, like an eagle's claw type thing.
Like
but
an
you
eagle's
can't
claw
put
of
them
some
out.
sort. Luke's describing.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
Very
Can I ask
nice.
a question, please?
Yes, of course. Go ahead.
Who won the sunglasses?
Oh,
You know what,
yeah.
Michelle? We haven't actually drawn that winner. I fell asleep during the whole thing. So let's announce a winner tonight. That's on my to-do list before we
Was that
finish up.
that count to 200 scenario? Was
Yeah.
it?
It was.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
Benny.
I think we
Can I
need
give
to
that
get
to you,
into
Benny?
Yeah, let me have a look. Was that from last night's show?
No, the
or
night
Monday,
The night
was it?
before.
Yeah.
Monday.
2 nights ago,
Okay.
Benny. Where did we
Thank you,
get this
Michelle.
guy?
Look at it Monday
If
night.
Luke's listening,
Yes.
if I win the sunglasses,
Right.
he can have them.
Oh, that's nice.
Who?
Wow.
Who,
Luke.
who's she gifting them to?
She's giving them
to
to
Luke?
Lukey boy.
Oh,
He
thanks,
broke his
Michelle.
glass the other night.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I broke my ear, didn't I, Michelle? Yes, thanks for that. I really appreciate that. You're a good
Oh,
lady,
Oh, that's
Michelle.
fucking kind.
Pretty chuffed. He's pretty chuffed about
And
that,
just
Michelle.
before I go,
Yes.
Luke, again, I had a bit of a lookie on your menu for Midnight Gardener.
Yes.
Yes,
I'd like to know
yes.
what are dumplings?
Well, what dumplings are, Michelle? They're a
No,
famous.
no. Dumplings without the G.
Yes, you've spelled
Oh.
it.
Is there a typo?
Do you
I
have
think
a
it-
typo, dear? On your menu.
That's how you say it when you're serving like 100 of them. Do you want 100 dumplings? Yeah, coming right up.
Oh,
Dumplings!
Dumplings or dumplings?
oh, I apologise, Michelle. You've picked me up on that. That was a test, and I tell you what, you've got free dumplings. That was actually a prize. If you saw the small,
Okay, and I
small
said,
dumpling there.
and also, if you can win the glasses, then you can shut me a beer.
Oh, 100%. I tell you what, we could have a party around you, Michelle. Let's give you 6 beers, eh? You can roll on home.
And the final thing is, I've never seen a paraplegic.
Not
Wow.
recently, no. It's a interesting one.
No. What happens there? Do you get pulled over? What do you say,
Can
eh?
you
Off
pull
the fuck.
over in your electric wheelchair?
Thank you, Michelle. Lovely.
You're
Thank you, Michelle. That was annoying. But yeah, no, she hasn't been pulled over. I don't think she drives. I think she takes one of those vans.
I think I've got a little fan there.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, well, I'm
Most definitely.
surprised.
I'm going to go count these, okay?
All right, no
I'm going to go count
worries.
these chats.
Now, on the
Thanks,
topic
Manny.
of prizes,
You what?
on the topic of prizes,
Yes.
we have still got the Papinel giveaway to give away.
Yeah.
So it's a pair of beautiful cherry blossom modal pajamas.
Mm.
And all you have to do is jump onto our Talkback with Thane and Sophia Instagram page, follow us. There's going to be a photo of me in some sleepwear. Click on that post, tag a friend, and then go and follow Papinel Sleepwear. You're in the draw, and we're going to draw that on Friday. And
Right. So you've got a full shot of you now, like a modelling
Oh.
shot.
Cool.
We did not hit the 200 comment threshold. That's why my algorithm did not alert me.
Okay,
we
well,
need-
thanks a lot. That's really depressing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we'll know.
We need 3. So we need to make up the difference. So the 30th text. Evening, Jody Clark.
Hey,
Fantastic. And
Jody.
Steve Daniel. Hi, team. How was the KFC? Hi, Benny. Fantastic. Thanks,
The
Steve.
KFC was okay.
People need a sperm. People need a sperm. People need a spam on that existing thread to get it up to 200, and that'll determine the winner. So we just need 25 more comments.
The problem is, Benny, that the comments are spread across Chapel's Facebook page, mine, and Talk with the Talk.
Now we're
page.
talking about the sunglasses at this point, aren't we?
No, this is your. Oh yeah, that's the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
I was
the
just
Papa
sort
now.
of. Yeah, so get that one up to 200, and we'll pull a winner. As for Papa now, oh man, they need a.
There you go. Lovely.
Okay, hey, Jody, jump on the Instagram, follow us, follow Papinel, and tag a couple of friends. Every tag to a new friend is another entry. So go absolutely ham. Get in there. Tag all your friends. Tag your mum. Tag your dad. Tag me. Tag Luke.
Yeah, tag me.
We're waiting
Sarah,
for Bomber
hi.
Drink.
If you haven't heard, the Papinel sleepwear draw is happening on Friday. Get over to our Instagram page, follow Papinel, and tag as many people as you can on that picture of me wearing pajamas, and you're in the draw.
Heck yeah. Fun fact, when I'm having difficulties coming up with fun facts, I huff on this Sharpie, and I tell you, it gets funny real quick.
Are you a Sharpie
Real
chewer?
right.
Are you a Sharpie chewer, or do you put behind
no,
your
I'm
ear?
not much of a pen chewer. I'm more of a like huffing on Vivids and Yoo-hoo glue and solvents.
Glue sniffing, it's an
That's
ancient art, isn't it?
It's an ancient.
Yeah, no, I
art.
never got into really huffing on solvents, to be honest.
And what else was it? The little shoe oil or something like that, wasn't it? The old. There's a
little bit of kiwi boot polish under the nose, you know.
Yeah, boot polish. That's what it was.
You look like a panda if you do that, eh? Cute little.
Stop everything. Jody's just said my dad passed recently, 3 days after a second COVID jab from blood clots and heart attack. Jody, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Sorry, Jody.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is a common side effect of the vaccine. That is it's rare, but it's common. So I don't really know what to say.
When was that, Jody?
3 days ago.
No, I don't think that's what that means.
3 days after his booster.
Yeah.
I wonder if Jody, in the comments, Jody, is a link. It says Restream. Click on it, join us, and let us know your story. I don't want to, because Benny's throwing facts around like that's a common side effect. Well, might be, but I'd love to hear your story.
It's a known side effect. It's
that means that it's if it's one that they mention, that's where the term common would come from.
Jody, if you don't want to jump on the screen, like if you do jump on the screen, you don't want to put your video on, just turn your video off, or you can call through on the phone.
Yeah, phone's good to go, guys.
Well, so if you do your nails tonight, I'm going to do my knitting tomorrow.
Oh my God, are you knitting? I'm knitting as well.
Yeah,
I'm
just started.
The back of the jumper.
I'm just trying to get my first knot going. It's quite hard.
You're not knitting.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay, guys, I've got facts here from the official documentation from the Ministry of Health. It reads on the document, there are some side effects that are more serious but very rare, like a severe allergic reaction or an inflammation of the heart. If you develop difficulty breathing, a racing heart, chest pain, or feel faint immediately or in the days after the vaccine, you should seek medical attention.
Thanks, matey. Hey, I think, I went in, I kind of did a little bit of research about it, but when I went for my jabs, I just treated it like bungee jumping. I just had to have some strong belief that it was going to take care of me and that I wasn't going to have any side effects. And
just like a parachute, right? Just like a parachute.
You're like a tank, though, Thane. Like my second jab absolutely knocked me for 6, and I was sick for probably like a week afterwards. So much so that I went and got a COVID test because I was like, "Holy moly, what's happened here?" But I don't usually get sick, so I'm quite a tank as well. But it hit me big time.
I trusted the jab like a good condom, like normally it'll be safe, but sometimes it breaks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
How'd
so
that
that
go for you?
I trusted the brand, Durex.
Oh,
No, but
I trust the
speaking of
vaccination, but it's
brands,
just the fact that it's gone through emergency. You know that the legalities around it is.
That's
it's
where
a
I'm with
bit-
you,
but-
Sophia. On your side, that there.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I guess you have to just say, well, what's the alternative, and consider your options carefully, and then make a decision from there. But apparently, Pfizer was with BioNTech, and they agreed not to make any money during the pandemic on the sales of their vaccination, but the other one,
Initially.
initially not to take money from it. And there was another one. I'll re-Google the thing that I found, and yes, it is on Google, so I could be completely wrong, but this is what I've read. That one of the other ones they were making about $25 per vaccination per shot.
Yep.
And yeah, they're all paid for by the US government, but
And
Pfizer
billion
refused money
people
from the US government.
and the billions of people in the world.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money, eh?
they're making money, all right, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
The race was
I'd like
goes
to see
on.
I'd like to see on our comments there, vax or no vax, just a little bit of a poll, maybe.
Yeah.
if we
So
could
Carl,
unite
I
it,
just got my second 2 days ago, just came, right arm still sore. Yeah, that arm starts feeling sore like the second day in, doesn't it? And it stays there for a fair couple of days. Yeah.
Totally.
But was it 3? Because I've waited for 6 weeks now for my one. I think the people who've waited 3 weeks have a bit more of a reaction than the ones who waited for 6 weeks, like myself.
I waited 3 weeks, and what is it that the 6 weeks they say you build a better immunity? Actually, those antibodies build up a wee bit more. But I got mine after 3 weeks, and yeah, it was a bit of a shit show for that week, but not too bad. I had one day where I needed to be in bed. But
very cool. Right, we've got our special guest here, everybody.
cool.
What do we got? 9:27. Bomber Bradbury, welcome to the show. How are you, mate?
Kia ora, comrades. Very well, thank you.
How are you?
Shit. How long have you been locked up for?
I'm Moses in a hoodie.
This is 6 weeks, mate. This is 6 weeks.
This is 2 hours. I just bang.
Fantastic. Hey, Bomber Bradbury, nice to have you on board in your regular position here. We'll have a little bit of a political chat. If you've got any questions for Bomber, just write them in the comments, or you can give us a call. The phone number to call us is 021 949 555 if you've got a question for Bomber in the next 10 or so. So let's get into it.
Hayden Brown says, I'm sure that's Phil Gifford. Gifford? He spelled it with a J.
Gifford.
Yeah, he used to be on ZB back in the day. Loosehead Len. Hey, mate, tell me, so Trump looks like he's making a play for the White House, like a serious one now. He's out doing speeches again. What's going on there?
Oh yeah, no. I don't think that there was any chance that he wasn't going to run for 2024. The only option they had really to stop him altogether was impeaching him. And if they impeached him, you've got the ability to ban someone from future elections. They didn't take that option in front of them, the Americans. And he's
well, they tried, didn't they?
Well, the Republicans were just too pussy about it and went, and they let him back in. And after he attempted to storm his own Parliament building, he's back. There's no question he's coming back. He's running. It'll be him, and his running partner will be Darth Vader, or some other equally toxic person. And he'll have a fair shot, I think, of it.
For sure. That's the scariest thing.
Oh yeah. Not because he's good or smart or clever, or it's just I think America's in so much trouble with COVID that all of the problems that are mounting there are just going to get blamed on Biden.
Yeah.
They're now,
And they are.
1,900 are dead a day. That's just incredible.
Hey,
Wow.
Bob, I've got a question for you about the American government, with
Yes,
the
Bob.
politics. There's so many there's so many million people in America, and they've got these two people going for it. Why isn't there like a JFK situation or another Barack Obama? Just a younger person who's got a charisma. Is it money? What is it? I just can't understand it.
It's American politics is so incredibly complex, and there are so many moving parts to it. Think of it like Game of Thrones, but with more violence and incest. And I think that it takes a hell of a lot to be able to get the party machine behind you. Biden was chosen because after 4 years of Trump, the American political body just wanted to have a emotional support pet. And I think that's what Biden was. He's an emotional support Labrador, and he hands out the cuddles and the kisses. And I think that after 4 years of being shell-shocked by Trump, that's what the political body needed. In terms of big aspiration and the rhetoric and people who can, climb on board. Look, I don't think that there's anything like that out there at the moment, and I don't think there's anything out there like that kind of leadership right now, because those kind of leaders are formed in remarkable cultural times. And we're not kind of having any of that leadership. If you look at the right, it's imploding and becoming just lunacy level QAnon nonsense. And on the left, we are so busy bickering amongst ourselves about who can say what and who can't say what, and what you might be able to say. And you're transphobic for this, and you're racist for this, and you're the right look for recruits, the left look for traitors.
And Bomber, you've got this thing called the family in America, right?
Yeah.
The family, which is this sort of nucleus thing. And then you've got religion outside the family, so many. And then you've got politicians, right? Is there such a thing called the family? Is there that thing that they all get sucked into, recruited, and then religion's put through their veins, and then whatever?
Yeah, I think when you're really dedicated towards wanting power in America, you're prepared to sacrifice anything, and if you play, you play to win. It's the largest democratic superpower in the world. Whoever gets to whisper things into that ear, that's power. So people are prepared to go to great lengths to use religion, to use access, to use connections to get what they want.
Got a question here from Selena Ann from the comments. Cancel culture is pretty whack. Your thoughts on that, Bomber?
Cancel culture, I think, is one of the worst things the left indulges in. Like I said, the right look for recruits, the left look for traitors. If we're so busy banning and cancelling everyone for, you said this and it's bad, and you said that because it's bad, that one all it does is it pushes. I mean, there's a reason why, right? There's a reason why Donald Trump got more votes this election than last election. That crazy bastard shouldn't have gotten any bloody votes.
Yeah.
For 4 years, his votes went up. And why did his votes go up? Because the left, we who were so pure on the left, went about cancelling people for the last 4 years. Saying, you can't be part of our club because you think this, or you said that, or you did this, or you did, and we cancel and we cancel and cancel. And where else are they supposed to go other than the arms of the right? So I think cancel culture is counterproductive, and it's not. Look, we all have some stupid ideas sometimes, right? Yeah. And the best way we have those ideas teased out is if you have open dialogue. If you're so focused on just you're cancelled, it's almost like it's almost like a religion, isn't it?
And it's also really strange to sort of go, well, you're cancelled. Oh, but everybody has a voice. Like, you have to respect everyone for being different. It's like, well, you can't be different if you can't say anything, because then you're going to be told off for saying it. It's just ridiculous. Where is personality going to go? It just removes this essence of a human being down to being too terrified to say anything at all.
Sorry.
You get kicked out of the family. Where do you go? You go to the gangs, don't you?
Right. And I just don't think that cancelling people is what a fruitful progressive democracy does. Like I am a proud lefty, and I will step into any ring, anywhere, anytime, and defend my values, my ideas, and my beliefs. And I do that because I have faith intellectually in my argument and what I believe in. If all you're doing is cancelling people, what you're really saying is, I don't have the intellect to counter your argument, and so because I fear the debate, I'm simply going to have you cancelled. What the hell is that supposed to win arguments and bring people across to your side of thinking if all you're doing is cancelling someone?
I totally agree, Bob. I mean, you talk about politics all the time, and you're having a discussion. You're not having an argument. I believe you're having discussion, and that is really, I listen to my friends, and they listen to me. And at the end of the day, we walk away as mates because we've had a great, robust discussion. Some people get really upset.
And that's something that's the younger generation as well. They're so busy being offended by everything. They don't stop to fucking learn anything. You know, it's like you can't learn anything if you're constantly offended by someone else's point of view. It's ridiculous.
It's
moving on to sorry, Bobby.
It's interesting. Just finally to wrap that up, I think it's very, very interesting because all four of us here were raised in a very different educational environment and culture. We were all raised in an educational environment that said, be the best you can be. The millennials, however, were brought up in an educational value that said, everyone's special. Now, you can immediately see the problems between be the best you can be and everyone's special. And because you have millennials raised by helicopter parents who removed all problems around them, they grew up in a belief system thinking, well, if at any time I'm challenged by something and I feel uncomfortable by it and it makes me feel bad, then I'm being emotionally triggered and that isn't good for my emotional health and that has to be removed. Well, that's not the way the real world works. We're bombarded by people's opinions that we don't like, and we just have to live with that rather than going, cancel.
Now, Bomber, thoughts on how long Crusher can hang on before being rolled? Who is likely to replace you? Last week you said Simon 2.0.
Last week she said, I am never, ever resigning. And you just went, girlfriend wants it. She is not giving up. Yeah. That woman loves power the way great white sharks love blood. She's never, ever handing it over. And because her caucus are such spineless gimps and wimps and cowards, no one's going to challenge her.
Bomber, Luxton's not going to be there, is he? I can't. No, Bomber, he's not good. I like Shane Retty, to be honest.
Shane's, I mean, look, let's be honest. I mean, there aren't that many intelligent members left in that caucus. Shane's great. You're absolutely right. I just don't think Luxon, I just think that in modern day New Zealand, no one's going to vote for someone who honestly in their heart of hearts believes the earth's 7,000 years old. They're not going. They're just, it's like, okay, I'm glad you think the earth is 7,000 years old, but I'm not going to vote for you, you know?
Yeah.
Now, can I just quickly bring up Sean Plunket?
Yes.
He had his article and stuff in last couple of days ago. Right-wing talkback bloke, salt of the earth when it comes to the heartland. He's on our show tomorrow, but what are your thoughts about this?
I think that what we were just discussing, how that there is, it's funny, isn't it? We've got more opportunity to express ourselves than we've ever had in our lifetimes. Yet so often we self-censor our own thoughts and our own voice so quickly because we're frightened. Well, is this going to get me cancelled? Am I suddenly going to have a woke lynch mob on my back going crazy, or crazy alt-right QAnon nutters going to say that I'm a fascist because I believe in vaccination? We actually self-censor ourselves, and there's such a difference now between what people say and talk amongst themselves and what their public voice on anything is. And I think that as that distance gets further and further apart, places like what Plunket's wanting to do, I think that it's ripe. It's ripe for that kind of, the market's ripe for that kind of audience. Because after a while, if you don't see your own thoughts or your own ideas or your own beliefs reflected any longer in the mainstream media, you start finding it and looking for it elsewhere.
Do you see similarities between Justin Trudeau and Jacinda Ardern?
It's a great question. I think they're both young. I think they're both millennials, Gen Xers. I think Trudeau's Gen Xer. I think they both try very hard to be nice, and I think they get mocked and ridiculed for it. That spitting image joke that they put on this week of Jacinda closing all of the borders was pretty funny.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And Winston Peters, has he got one more shot? I heard him on Q&A, and I really enjoyed listening to that guy.
How good was he, right? You can't even rule him out.
Yeah, mate, you just cannot rule him out. I reckon he's got one more shot.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think he's back for 2023. He, at the moment, in the UMR polling is 4.3%. If you look at how New Zealand First has rated and ranked before elections, he underpolls by 3 or 4%. If he's on 4.3% now, he's on election day, he's definitely over 5% on election day.
How can Jacinda lose this? What could she do now to blow being elected again?
Talk about blow too, Thane. Probably that word blow.
Yeah.
I think that there is only one scenario whereby she loses, and I think the scenario is if the virus gets back into New Zealand in a way that is grossly incompetent to the common person in the street. Like if they look at it and go, "No, you should have known about that and covered that off." There will be anger. There will be anger, and the electorate will turn on Jacinda, because the one thing she's been able to do so far, she hasn't been able to do anything really on child poverty. She hasn't really been able to do anything on housing. She hasn't really been able to do anything on inequality. She hasn't really been able to do anything on health. She hasn't been able to do anything on education. But keeping COVID out, she's our girl. And when you ask most New Zealand Labour voters to name just one Labour Party policy, they all say, Jacinda saved us. When your policy platform is seen as saving every single person I know, oh, you're in, right?
But I also think there's no one out there that's really giving her a run for her money. So if there was someone out there that was, equally as good or better on the other side, then you go, well, maybe not.
Jello.
Yeah, I could go for it for a party somewhere along the line. Hey, Bomber, she will lose it if South Auckland is rife with COVID, right?
Oh yeah. I think if this particular variant gets out, it's just going to decimate the overcrowded housing situation in South Auckland, and we know that with this virus, it really hits people in poverty hardest. So once if it gets away on us, there's trouble then. But people will have to see that it's come from a leak that was incompetent.
That's right. Yeah. Melbourne politics, Australian politics. What's happening over there, Bomber? What is happening over there? Oh my God, my eyes are open going. Well, and they had the earthquake, and they're still going.
You've had similar to New Zealand. You've had 30 years of neoliberal economic policies where working class people have been denigrated, looked down upon, seen as pieces of trash. Fuck them. They're smelly, white rubbish. Da 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 da. And then when we get to a stage where we have to say, "Hey, listen to us. Please listen to us. This is in your best, this is for your best interests. Please get the vaccination." They go, screw you. Where have you been? And that rage, that pent up rage at being ignored, and always being the first on the lines of any economic reforms. It's always young, white, working class men who don't have a hell of a lot of skills beyond college. They're always the first ones on the economic scrap heap. These are people who drink the same beer as their dad, workplace. They've been shat upon for such a long period of time. You get to this point where they're now economically hurting because they've been in lockdown for such a long time, and now they're saying, "Hey, you have to get a jab. You got to get this. You get that." That anger and that fear has been manipulated by the far right and by the white supremacist movement in Australia, and you saw it explode today. It's going to get uglier.
Yeah, it went really ugly today. Now, who is that chap on your left-hand shoulder, my friend?
That's Mark's.
That is.
Oh yeah. Got to have every good left wing house has to have a small shrine to Mark's.
There we go. I was
You
looking
look
at
just like
Oh
her.
yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter pointed to him and said, "Father Christmas," and I said, "In a funny way, yes."
Yeah, we were talking about Father Christmas the other day, about the Indian ones, but let's carry on.
Yeah.
Does Helen Clark run the Labor government?
Not anymore. No. Her influence has waned dramatically. She's still one of the people who they'll listen to, but in terms of actual power, no.
Okay.
Here's a good point.
Nice having you on, Bob. We've got to move. I've got another guest
Of
on our tail.
course.
And we'll see you back here next Wednesday, a little after 9 o'clock, mate. We appreciate your input. Contributions amazing. Thank you.
Everybody loves you, by the way. All we get is just
My
bomber
pleasure.
spam all
Guys, have a
night.
wonderful, wonderful night. Cheerio.
Thank
Thanks,
you, mate.
Bomber.
Bomber Bradley, everyone, the editor of the Daily Blog. So check out his blog. We're going to come back to how's the nails going over there, Sophia? Good?
I'm finished the first 2 coats. I've got to do a top coat, but my computer's running out of battery, so I'm just going to pop in my charger. I'll be 2 seconds.
Okay. No problemo. Okay, we have got a special guest on the line. Let's go there now, guys. His name is Samir. Is that how I'm saying it right? Samir, is it?
Exactly it. You've got it. Bang on.
Fantastic.
Samir.
Bang on.
Excellent. Well, Samir, welcome to the program. Now, you messaged me the other day and said, mate, can I come on your podcast? So I said, help yourself. And then you were kind of typing like I knew you, but I had no idea really what you were going on about. So can you recall your story, how we got to know each other and how you were here today?
Well, that's it. I, as a kid, I always went up to see Dad in Auckland the school holidays. So I was based in Palmy, went up to see Dad. We started listening to George. Sure enough, I heard your voice just as things were really growing with electronic music. And I was just that fly on the wall of DJing and music. I got into it all. At the very same time, I was sort of just like a hawk on everyone's shoulders and following everything. I was just falling in love with it all. And I always just had these little dreams. I think, it'd be great to, just bump into this person somehow. And I believe you. I think that's half of the trick is you think about it and you position yourself from it. All your actions come from your thought. I wasn't supposed to be at the library, but I started trying to go out and explore after we finished Dad's plumbing. We helped Dad. He's a plumber drain layer. So it was just that, I always wanted to meet some of these cool cats. And sure enough, we're in the library and there you were. I think, your printer at home wasn't working. I didn't actually help you by as well. It was the library that helped you. But I just had to ask. No, that's you. Hey, Thane, you don't know me from a bar of soap, but actually, you listened to my internet radio station when I was 11 years old, and I added everyone on Facebook, just cold hard, as you do when you're passionate, and you were in the middle of a radio show, and you're on your break, and you were listening to my radio station show.
How cool is that?
You're on your own one. So, I mean, I'll never forget that day as well.
And look, that's one thing Luke Dello knows. Always support the little guy, right, Luke? Always support the little
100%.
guy.
Support the little guy, mate. It's like a chessboard, mate. All those little guys go ahead and the big fat guys behind. But, man, you got to look after those little guys because you need more and more of those little guys because they get knocked over all the time. You need to replace them in white, black, whatever color they are.
Absolutely.
But you just got to keep, Hey, Samir, I believe in that, mate. I put it out to the universe. Every day I put something to the universe. I just think it out, mate. I think it out. And today I had some great news about the universe. I wanted my daughter to get this thing, and it came to her today. She just got a scholarship in America, Portland University basketball.
Awesome.
Bang.
Well done.
It wasn't me. It was the universe. It was her. She did the good work. But back to you, Samir. Where's that name from, by the way?
Yes, so Samir, it's an Arabic name. My dad's
Is
born
it
in
Arabic or Arabic?
It's Arabic. Yep. Now, right at the top of Africa, you'll find a country called Algeria. It's the biggest country in Africa. And my dad was born there. He moved to New Zealand, met my mum, through the family, my dad's brother was the first, so it kind of came through the family. I was born here in Auckland, and honestly, Samir, literally, my dad's Muslim, my mum's Christian. Not to give her any more, but in my mind, every day, I'm here today to share the testimony of how there is a great sort of in between the religion of humanity. Can we all look that I am no mistake here? And I went up to the church people in the mosque and I say, hey, there is something beyond all this, and that is that I'm no mistake being bought. But maybe they shouldn't be. There is something deeper. And,
so
I've
got a thing here, Samir, and it's an interesting thing you point on, what you're just pointing on here. Where you were born, you've got no choice where you're born. Exactly. And it's an amazing, that little, whatever it is, that soul, that bit of light, that whatever it happens, that life. You're born in Algeria. I'm born in New Zealand. Someone's born in
Auckland.
How is that?
But exactly. Your dad's born in I couldn't change my dad being born in a different country. I couldn't change it. No.
It makes you colourful and beautiful.
Yes.
So where have you ended up, Samir? So what's happening now? So you were all about internet radio in the early days. You were loving electronic music. Where did you land?
Well, I was doing a lot of stuff with the Noble Brothers. I shout out to them, and we were all just a bunch of kids in school loving music, and we all helped each other, chipped in with different things. And sure enough, I just keep following that music bag, that journey while I was doing my schoolwork. And I'm always been into computers. So whilst sort of doing a lot of things on my plate, every time I came up and went to Auckland, I sort of almost just extended that whānau. And sure enough, one day I had the voice in my heart say, Samir, you always wanted to be a teacher when you grew up. And my whole life, all I've been doing is just helping people. Every little thing I might be able to help someone with, it's a win-win. I feel so good. They helped me back. And I can't wait. I'm actually studying at the moment at AUT North Shore to become a high school teacher with the 1-year grad diploma. So through that bachelor's course I did at UKOL, paying off all that study link and all that stuff. But, sometimes it's about, do it first, apologize later, or maybe just, borrow some money, pay it back later. Life is too short to...
I'm going to give you the $50 Midnight Gardener voucher, Samir, for our on our corner of the week, mate. Thank God you're a teacher, mate. You're a beautiful teacher, you're a beautiful soul. I've known you for 2.5 minutes. You're a beautiful soul, mate. $50 voucher on me. Thane, you organise that, please, mate.
Done. We'll sort it out, mate. Congratulations. We'd love to have a drink with you. And you're getting some really nice messages coming through. Congrats. Don't give up. And also, you're from Palmy North, aren't you? Are you Palmy?
Palmy North. Oh, Palmy North. It's just such a family there.
Palmy hard. Palmy hard.
And I ended up being a bit world famous in Palmy. What happened was I just... I didn't want to come home after school, right? Because I was, going through my journey. I was hanging at the youth space, City Library, and I ended up getting into youth parliament as a youth MP. I ended up doing all these great little things. And my message to anyone tuning in is actually, you'll be surprised how many opportunities. We live in New Zealand, and there are so many good people still here in our country. We have a culture of, Kiwi attitude. We can do it. Number 8, why? But also there is win-win out there, guys. So to anyone tuning in, it's the world's not all big doom and gloom. That's what I thought growing up with my situation. But go out there, do something interesting after school. Don't go home. You might find people that you can end up learning a lot of things from and calling family. Yeah.
I got to ask, what are you balancing your phone on? Boy,
I'm actually on the MacBook. Music actually bought this laptop, so I've always been making music in public spots. So I actually told you about that one. I was in Palmy. That's how I became world famous. I was at the shopping mall every day after school. My laptop that I hustled my uncle who came from France to visit us on holiday. He's like, anything you want. I said, I'll get a laptop because
How's your French? Algerians speak French, don't they? How's your French?
Oh, it's terrible. I cheated all my way through high school with those French exams, as we all did, because I think you've really got to be there in the country. It's one thing I'm learning. You've got to be around the people, but I'm not
correct. That is correct. Algerians speak French, don't they?
Exactly. I can't wait to head along there because I'd love to learn the language and Arabic as well.
So me, it just reminds me of the guy that kind of like the battler that just gets the job done, but is willing to open his mind and learn a whole lot of stuff, you know. And he brings a lot of positive energy. He's pretty good for the world, but he'd also got that kind of I've lied on my CV vibe, which I like as well.
Yes. Now I've got a little quote here, and that is, you got to play the game to flip the script. Now, you know, you can be humble and all that, but you know, when you really go through those experiences of life, you end up realizing that, you know, you really got to believe in yourself. And I went to Future Leaders. I went to all these amazing things that they do for you here in New Zealand. And if there's one thing I've got out of all of this, it's what James Shaw said. It's do something first, apologize later. And if I can kind of just compile that all into one thing, it's you know, take a chance on yourself. You know, life's too short.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you, if you don't cross the road, you're not going to get anywhere.
Exactly.
The chicken
Mate,
cross the...
Exactly. Well, hey, mate, I love the quotes. I love the vibe. I love the attitude. And I loved having you on the show. Thank you very much for chatting with us tonight, mate. Samir, give him a round of applause. What a good guy. And the winner of our $25 midnight voucher.
50.
Let's give him $50. Thank you very much, mate. A pleasure. Oh, before you go, we've made an NFT that we might sell on your behalf. Check this out. There you are.
Oh, in fact, I can add that to the collection of my NFTs now. Wow, I'm really famous. Wow.
There you go, mate. Fantastic. I love it. Perfect, mate. All the best. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
See you, mate. Yeah, it was nice having Samir on the show. You never know what you're going to get on this little show in the evening, do you?
He was lovely, and I really like that vibe.
Yeah, I was getting big energy vibes from him too. Yeah, I believe he's a high-functioning individual, and he creates winning situations for himself. And it looks like he's created a winning lifestyle.
Hey guys, last night Luke Dello said that he was off fishing, and I think you were going to put your little oar down and Point Sheep Reserve or something like that.
That's right. I was in there too. I had to tramp through the bush a bit. I got a little bit lost. I went round and round I had my GoPro on my head and my lamp and so forth. You know, I got a bit of footage there, but I did get lost. I got lost in this little bush. I just round and round. The clouds went over the moon. I lost my bearings. I lost my Matariki.
Should we have a look? Should we have a look? Here we go. Here's the footage.
Show the viewers. You can see why I got lost, because the Chinese, I couldn't read the signs. It was like I was in the Japanese gardens and the Chinese emperor.
How confusing.
You're a heavy breather. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's quite horrifying.
That was a steep hill like that. That didn't really show it, really. It was a steep hill like that. And I'm lucky to come back alive. I got home about 2 a.m. in the morning.
Were your knees all cut up?
Kind of, sort of. I've got a couple of bruises up here, Got the big guns going.
I'm gonna roll around in the bush.
Yeah, so I'm the bush man. So, did you enjoy that little? There you go.
That was horrifying.
Nice. It's a bit wheezy.
I'm glad
I must admit. Have we got time to ring Russia?
You do. I'm just gonna have a quick toilet break, mate. So we'll. Can you take care of things now, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Are you going to call Russia? I'm not sure.
Not free of charge inside the United States.
Oh.
If answered, you will be charged for the international portion of your call.
Yep.
If you do not wish to proceed, please hang up now.
I've never spoken to a Russian before.
No, neither.
I used to go to school with a Russians. Vladimir Borisenko, thank you for calling Mother Russia.
What do you got
Yeah.
there? Pepsi.
Yeah, I've got a 2-litre bottle of fucking Pepsi.
That's very Russian, isn't it? Hello.
I haven't seen anyone drink Pepsi since 1998.
What's happened to my Russian people? Oh, here we go. Oh, hello.
Thank you for
Can
calling
you-
our
can you-
reservations department.
Oh,
For new reservations, press 1. For questions about an existing reservation, press 2. To check hotel rates and
Just hit
availability,
0.
3. For all other inquiries, please press 0.
I like the zero.
Operator.
New reservations only. If you are attempting to reach a hotel representative for a question not related
Doesn't
to a
sound very
reservation,
Russian.
please hang up and call the hotel directly.
I'm
Is
trying
it
to.
changed?
Any updates here?
For new reservations only.
Oh.
If you are attempting to reach a hotel representative for a question not related to a reservation,
Well, I'm
please
bringing-
hang up and call the
Mate,
Funny, like, in the
that's
bloody
good.
hotel. I'm going to ring up. I'll speak to a Russian. That's my thing for today. Okay.
Okay, can you go
Alright.
and work on that for a second? We're going to come back to that. No, we've got our guest who's arriving.
Russian
We'll bring you
political
back.
parties. I might give that one a go.
Samuel Flynn Scott, welcome to the show. How are you, mate?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you.
Howdy.
Now, thank Kirby. We've got Sophia Mantel. We've got Luke Dello on the
Nice to
line
meet
now
you.
joining us.
Luke, hello.
Sam, how are you? Sam or Sammy or Samuel?
Well, not often Sammy, but
Yes.
Sam or Samuel is good.
What'd your mum call
Sammy, I
you?
feel like is
What's
what
your
my
mum-
dad calls me. It makes me feel like a dog.
Samuel?
Yeah, that's it, I reckon.
Get here, Samuel.
Get in.
Yeah. Sammy's very one-day cricket, isn't it? Grab us a beer, Sammy, if you're going up 5. You know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, mate, I'm thinking.
Well, there's Darren Sammy, who's in the West Indies cricket team.
There you go. Ta-da. How's your lockdown been? What have you been up to? Anything interesting?
Well, I live in Wellington, so
Oh, right.
luxury.
Yeah, how's that going? You at level 2?
We weren't in lockdown for all that long, to be honest.
Yeah.
This time around, 3
Which
weeks
is
or
good.
something. Yeah, but level 2 is more intense than last time, I guess.
Yeah, they've got those added flourishes on there just to make it a little bit shit.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Everything feels weird still, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was funny, wasn't it? Because we got out of the rhythm of feeling weird about COVID in New Zealand. We sort of got into this other rhythm of just being like,
We're fine.
we're fine. We'll all be vaccinated and everything will be over. And then,
Not so fast.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going nowhere fast, that's for sure. So Aucklanders are getting vaccinated, but I hear still there's 6,000 spaces, vaccination spots available, like at the airport, which is quite a large venue per day, but only 1,000 people are showing up. So
Yeah, that's the drive-through thing, isn't it? That
Yeah.
drive-through one.
So they're thinking about putting bans on, free KFC, all that, trying to get people to go and get vaccinated. And I just don't. I'm a pro-vaxxer. I'm just like, whatever I got to do to get it done, I'm going to do. But I can't get my head around these people who don't want to do it. But it's their choice.
It's interesting. It's interesting, that thought. I mean, what about us people who are missing out? It's like the smoker in the work thing. Everyone has a break. They have a cigarette, smoke, have a break. But the people who are working never have that break. So like us having a vaccination, I've had it. But everyone else is like skipping off having a cigarette. Do you know the scenario there?
It's
You
a
want to have
loose
another
analogy.
vaccination, Luke?
Yes.
Get another jab.
Yeah.
Are you fully jabbed up there, Samuel?
I've had one jab. As a test because I'm actually an anti-vaxxer.
Oh, right. This is great.
So
Okay.
you just do one, see how it goes.
Yeah, just to
And
see
then you're
if
in the middle.
my cell phone reception did improve.
Oh, that's
So-
pretty
People are following you more often.
Point proven.
Yeah,
Are
exactly.
you working on anything, right now? Is there some stuff bubbling while the world's so confused and upside down? Have you got things bubbling?
Yeah, I mean, not much in terms of Phoenix Foundation or anything. Luke Buddha's got a solo album coming out, I think, in about a few days or something even.
Yep.
So I'm here to plug his album. That's
Excellent.
what I'm doing. No, we're doing Wellington Paranormal at the moment.
Yeah.
What's
so just
that?
making scary sounds.
Oh, okay, because you not only have Phoenix Foundation, but you've got your own solo thing that you're doing, and you also do composing for movies and all sorts. And I saw that you write for the spin-off as well. What don't
Every
you
now and
do?
again, right for the spin-off, yeah.
Are you making sourdough as well? Jeez Louise.
I do make sourdough as well, yeah.
Come on, you got a picture of your sourdough? Come on, where is it? I've got one. I've shown Sophia my sourdough.
How do I don't know if I can share it on here, but look,
we'll do sourdough face off.
I
do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna search bread in my Google Photos.
Oh, can you do it like that?
Tell Luke all about that because he's just discovered Google Docs and he's very excited. I've not heard of Google Photos. Is that not an iPhone, on an Android?
It's just you can have it on iPhone or anything.
Oh, there's Luke's sourdough.
Oh yeah, it's
it looks pretty good.
Next to a lovely butter.
That looks good. Look, good crumb.
Yeah, good crumb at the ear pockets.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Door bought one.
Go on then. I'm gonna bring up my focaccia. Hold on.
This is a sourdough thing, Sophia. No.
Fuck off, Luke. I'm bringing up the focaccia. Leave me alone.
Lawrence Arabia's got a focaccia thing going on Twitter. He's trying to find the origins of focaccia in New Zealand when it first showed up, whether it was mid 90s, early 90s, late 80s.
Okay, this is where we're starting with it. Let's see if I go the right way. Nope, that's the wrong way. Oh yeah. Nope, that's okay. Hold on. I've ruined my own thing. Okay, that's the finished product.
Well, this
look at that. An extra drizzle of olive oil.
Oh, you just come off there. See that, Samuel?
Oh yeah, it's pretty decent.
I love how competitive you and I are, Luke.
Are you scoring the dough, Luke? Because it looks like it's splitting. But you maybe need to score it a little bit more.
Yes, correct, Samuel. Oh, look at this. Brioche buns up here.
Yes.
Cinnamon rolls, guys.
Chelsea buns.
Delicious, yeah.
Hey, so you should actually put a bit of red sort of dye in your icing, Sophia, to make it that. Oh, look. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
You pulled your dough a bit there, Samuel. I like how you got your ear pockets. Now, what's your trick there?
Well, it's a very long leave-in time with a lot of folds.
Yeah, it's a lot of folds, man.
Are you putting butter on that bad boy, or are you dipping oil and salt?
Are you mad, mate? It's full on butter, bro.
Butter as I reckon. Focaccia for the olive oil, sourdough for the butter.
Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable. I like to put butter on and then put salt on it.
Oh, God, you've got my heart there, Sophia. I tell you,
a little bit of Malden salt.
Oh yeah. You know, I was in Pack and Save the other day and I saw Malden salt and it was on sale and I was like, I'm gonna buy some, and I've just stashed it because I'm about to move house, so I've got a fresh pack ready to go on my new kitchen, so I feel really chic.
I'm just gonna go check my starter now. One moment. You get your starter, Samuel.
Okay.
My starter's back inside and it's really cold. Also, my starter, I haven't made any in about 2 weeks, so
you better feed it.
Well, I've got it in the fridge. It's just hibernating now.
Oh,
I froze my sourdough last time because I decided to stop for a few months.
Here's my starter.
It was fine.
My starter's risen from there to there, so I'm about to hibernate it, and then I'll feed it in the morning, and I'm going to make an onion. I've just caramelized my onions 2 days ago, and I'm going to put onion through my sourdough.
What about olive? Is that wrong?
Anything.
I don't like olives, see? That's my issue.
I love olives. Sam, I have to say, I was quite excited when Thane raised your name because one of my favorite songs in the whole wide world is by the Phoenix Foundation. And I wonder if you can guess what it is.
Can I guess what it is? Ooh.
I'm not sure whether it's a common favorite song or whether it's a little bit of a weird one. I used to listen to it to go to sleep every night for probably about 7 years.
7 years ago. So that's pre the last two records. So
it's Pegasus. There's a clue.
Pegasus.
Oh.
Okay. Would it be Nest Egg? That seems like maybe a bedtime one.
It's the last song on the album.
Twilight, just the piano and then cello.
It is. It's the most beautiful song I've ever heard in my whole life.
Great.
How did you guys make that? It doesn't have any words, obviously, but it's composed so beautifully.
Yeah, well, that was Conrad, who doesn't sing in the band, but he writes a lot of the music that then me and Luke will add lyrics to and stuff. And so that's just him on the piano, and then Frances Lafleur, I think is her name. I haven't worked with her in a long time, but I think that was the name of the cellist, and she came up with the cello and the violin parts. And the violin was actually played by the singer-guitarist of this band, Me Star. I don't know if you guys remember Me Star. They were like an early noughties kind of twee grunge band. They were actually kind of great, but disappeared. Without a trace. But they had some great tunes. But I don't know. It was just that album. A lot of that album was us kind of learning how to be a bit more compositional and a bit more soundtracky. And that was also the record then that Taika listened to a lot while he was writing Eagle versus Shark. Right. So that's why he then got us to do the score to that film. So tracks like that really were quite important in the progression of our whole lives.
What about Flock of Hearts? Flock of Hearts. Tell me about that.
Flock of Hearts. That's a Luke one.
That's not me, by the way, listeners. That's not me.
Different Luke. Luke put a song.
Yeah.
What's there to say about Flock of Hearts? That's very Luke, because it's a very chirpy, poppy kind of song, but also kind of deeply depressing and gloomy as well. I think I wrote the second verse of that, the lyrics of that with him. It's hard to remember now. I think going back 12 years or something, 13 years.
Is it hard to write? How do you do that? Like, writing together, do you have to be in the same room, or do you write lyrics and be like, oh, okay, this is what I've come up with. Have you got anything, where does this fit? Is it methodical, or is it mathematical, or is it just get in there and jam together, or how does that work?
I think sometimes I have more lyrical ideas than Luke. Like, he will have a really, really good starting point to a song, but he gets a bit stuck, and then I'll just be able to kind of throw a bunch of ideas at him. And quite often I'll give him, he'll need one line in a song, and I'll give him 10 options, and then he'll pick the one he likes the most.
Yeah.
And then I think the opposite then happens with my songs, where I'll have a pretty strong approach with the lyrics, but potentially the music's a bit more simple and needs a few little just extra special things, which maybe he can add to the song, or Conrad can add to the song. And then Conrad has musical ideas which then tend to have no lyrics or singing at all, and sometimes don't really feel like songs so much. And then me and Luke will take something that's a cool concept but kind of shape it into a song.
So what comes first, the music or the lyrics? Yeah.
Well, it's usually the music. I find
the music.
Yeah, and then you just sing over the top and make things up.
So you make the lyrics up to the music of the tune. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, there's a song on the most recent album.
What's going through your mind? What are you tapping out at the moment? If you've got a bit of a tap, what are you thinking about? You're a musician, right? What are you thinking about right now? And not right now, but in your life right now, and with music-wise, have you got something in your mind, like a little tune?
I've got because Luke's putting out a solo record, I'm getting lots of people saying, when are you going to do another solo record? Which I sort of haven't been working on at all. So, but I do have a bunch of songs that I'm now kind of thinking, are any of these solo record worthy? I've got one which I really like the title of, which is Old Dirt Nap, because it's what a friend of mine said when we talked about someone dying, and she said, oh, he's taken the old dirt nap.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to write that down.
So I've got a I've got a song that starts with that line. So she wrote that in a text, and then I just was like, okay, that's the first words in a song.
It sounds like a country song, though.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely a country vibe, the old dirt nap.
I have been trying to get back into writing a bit more country because there's a bit of country on Pegasus, actually.
Yeah.
And we kind of moved away from that, but I've been writing a few country songs lately.
What
a little
have
bit
you got
inspired by
here
some.
on the wall back there.
Yeah.
Oh, this guitar, that's a guitar made by my uncle Rob, who's been making some guitars during lockdown, actually.
A bass or a...
Is awesome. I thought it was
It's a
like a very
teardrop.
long piccolo.
It's like a Brian Jones style guitar.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Fuck.
I like it.
Let's keep going. Oh, look at that one there. Have you got any steel guitars?
Oh, wow.
Well, that's a steel string guitar.
Nice, yes.
So you could use
guitars.
that for the old dirt nap, obviously.
Yeah, maybe. Old
Bring
Dirt
that
Nap's
bad boy in.
got a little bit of guitar, and it's very keyboard driven. Talking about a song having to finish, this is a very strange way to sort of.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little tune, Sam?
Not really.
Just pick up something. Just pick something up and just give us a little. Just
play some music.
Yes,
for
please.
On demand.
Yeah, on demand. I just like,
Like I'll play this thing.
Oh my God, is it a banjo?
Just because I bought it the other day, and I don't know how to play the banjo, but this is like 140 years old.
Wow.
What's this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too cool.
Pigskin on the banjo?
Yeah, so something like that. It's the skin will be, if not original, it's probably still 100 years old. You know.
Yeah, more than likely pigskin, isn't it? 'Cause no synthetics back then. What a gorgeous instrument there!
It's definitely an animal skin. You can,
What gives it the sound of a banjo opposed to? I mean, your guitar's hollow, but is it because it's like a snare, not like a drum? Is it like a drum skin that the?
It's completely a drum. I mean, you can hear my voice when I talk behind. It sounds quite resonant. So it they came from North Africa with on the slave ships.
Are they hollow behind? Are they hollow behind? Sorry, Sam.
This one's hollow. So this is the early style.
Yes.
And then they added resonators, which make them a lot louder and a lot brighter. So this one, it's got gut strings on it, and it's got the old animal calf skin and stuff. So it's got a very mellow sound.
Wow.
But it's amazing how so many instruments that we think of as these European instruments, they're just all based on African instruments.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It was like watching one of those masterclass videos, wasn't it? You pay $1 million for online.
Well, look
I
at
love masterclass.
Do you know anyone who's ever bought a masterclass video? You just see the ads. Yeah. Which one did you get?
I bought all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
How does it work?
So my favorite thing, I don't like really watching anything that isn't a documentary or reading anything that's not nonfiction. So for me, it was a really attractive offer. It was just very, very expensive. But I wanted to do it for ages. And then it was my stepdad's birthday and he's very much that person. So we bought him that and he gave me the free gift pass. And then the other day I saw there was buy one, get one free. So I just put it up on my Instagram and said, hey, who wants to go halves on this with me? And I got a whole bunch of replies. I was like, fantastic. So I just bought the whole thing and I got it for half price.
Awesome.
Wow, I've never heard of these masterclass. I'm just going through it now. I've
got a gift pass. Actually,
wilderness survival. Wow.
Yeah. There's amazing people, and what I love about it is you can go in and just get completely immersed into somebody else's craft And it may have absolutely nothing to do with what you do in your life or what you're even interested in, but you're going to learn something and you're going to come away with it and just have either an appreciation for that craft or that person and what they've gone through or what they recommend. But I think everybody going through something who's reached a degree of success, there's a story in there that will apply to you and what your goals are. So you never come away from it going, well, that was shit. What a waste. You know, it's worth your time watching. And I think I've got 2 little 7-day trials. So if anyone wants one, flick me your email. And
probably $25 a month to listen to these amazing people.
Yeah, it's $300. You have to pay up front. I think that's why people don't like it.
Oh, starting at $25. Oh, starting at $25 a month.
Yeah.
Anyway. Have you guys watched that McCartney 3-2-1 on the Disney Plus?
No. Is it good?
It's really good.
Have you watched that Mark Ronson one?
No, but I kind of love Mark Ronson.
I love Mark Ronson.
I love his mid-Atlantic accent. It's very strange.
It is a bit weird. But he goes and he actually goes on this little trip with this man who just creates sounds. So he is responsible for going around the world and finding beautiful places like churches or underground holes that are just really bloody long, and then creating those reverbs to use in modern music production. And they find this place that has literally the longest reverb, or I think it's like 7 minutes long.
What?
Yeah. It's 7 minutes long and it's insane. And then so he brings Mark down there with his little thing, and he's like got his little, what's that thing called? And it makes music and it's in a square and it's got all those little squares.
The drum machine?
Yep. I think he takes that down and he starts doing some crafty things down there, and then he chucks it in a song, and the song's on Spotify and it's absolutely hauntingly beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Sam, I've been watching, I would count me in on Netflix. The drumming. Have you seen that one?
Oh, yeah. That really fucked me off, that one.
Why did that fuck you? I loved it because I'm a drummer myself. I play the drums, right? And
I don't know. It just seemed so cheesy. And some of it was great. I loved the clips of the old drummers.
I love the female drummers, mate. I love that.
Yeah, and a lot of them I'd never heard of, and it did give a good platform to them, which is true and is good. But they were just like the footage of the drum circles with the guy from Addiction. Yeah, I don't know. It really gave me the shits. For some reason, just that doco.
What's the one you were talking about, the Paul McCartney one? Where was that? On Disney?
On Disney Plus, yeah, which I have because I've got kids, you see. So.
Yeah, same.
I'm going to look that up. Paul McCartney. What's it called? Sorry, repeat that.
He was actually in Mark Ronson's one as well.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Yeah. He's pretty cute.
Talk about African instruments, like your banjo and stuff like that. You look at those wind instruments like the Aboriginal, the didgeridoo,
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about that. Is there a wind instrument in the African? Do you know of anything?
Well, there's wind instruments everywhere. I mean, Taonga Poro in New Zealand, the Māori musical traditions. There's a lot of different wind instruments, not just the nose flutes, but some really beautiful, haunting things, which I don't know enough about, but have had the pleasure of recording on a couple of occasions. I guess you think, a didgeridoo is just like a really giant trumpet, isn't it? Because you're just creating those vibrations.
Yeah.
Whereas a saxophone is really like an instrument that's based around like reeds or
and the bagpipes are like reeds and so forth.
Yeah, bagpipes are reeds, but I say like reeds the plant. Maybe that's where the name comes from, like when you get a couple of blades of grass and you get that kind of
you do that.
Those little bits you can pull off the end of the toy thing, and it's like a little cone.
Yeah. Or the old raisin, when you get a raisin packet.
Yes, that too.
Oh, yeah.
I bought some raisins the other day, and it just felt really old school. It was like, yeah, the kids are gonna love these raisins.
I'm looking at investing into a sound box, one that you sit on, like, because the drum kit is. I'm looking at the old sound box from Yamaha at the moment.
Oh, right, like they're kind of like those Brazilian things.
Yeah,
cajon, is that what they're called?
Cajons, yeah, one of those. I've been talking to my mate from Yamaha, and old Dave. He's a good boy. And, I don't know, the old drum kit, the old wrists are getting a little bit tired now, but I've still got the beat and the fingers,
I'm trying to learn the drums at the moment. I've got my drum kit over here.
I just saw that. What have you got there? You got a Pearl or a?
It's a Ludwig.
Oh, Ludwig.
It's like a 1969, 70, something like that I bought for the Phoenix Foundation, really. But I bought that when we were on a tour in the States about 13 years ago because we were going to hire a drum kit for lots of money. I bought that instead and then smuggled it back to New Zealand and have used it on a lot of recording sessions with different bands. And now I'm got it set up at home and I'm trying to learn it.
Now, more importantly, where's your beer fridge in the studio?
Well, I do have a beer fridge because I won one.
Oh,
weirdly, but I have it inside the house because if I had it in the studio, it'd be too fucking noisy.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, right, because of the vibration of the compressor.
Yeah.
What's the most famous instrument you got going on in there? Something that's been on most of the stuff you've created.
Oh shit, I don't know. Well, I bought this recently off a friend. Cool. So that's a Mini Moog Model D.
How's that work?
And that's I can make some sounds, I guess. It's a really classic synthesizer on everything you've ever heard. That goes squelchy squelch.
I think they actually had that in the Mark Ronson doco as well. They did a whole episode on those.
Well, probably he would love them.
Yeah.
So that I've wanted one of those all my life, and then a friend of ours who he played that exact synth on the song St. Kevin, which is on our first record, which is a really beautiful synthesizer moment. And then I got to buy that synth.
I've always been obsessed with how things sound.
I just looked at that Mark Ronson. You're right there, Sophia.
I was about to say.
I just looked at the Mark Ronson trailer. You're right there. It's exactly that thing. That was amazing.
Yeah, they've got quite a few different. They talked to the guy who made it, and there's one that they made, and then it sort of didn't sell very well, so it ended up going through lower socioeconomic spots, and it turned up heavily in rap. And the company wasn't really very happy with it being so predominantly through rap because it's not what they wanted it to be. But then, they sort of go through the different machines that were made and who made them and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sounds boring.
I need to see this. This sounds like it's so up my...
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm looking at it. He's a cool guy, man.
Mark?
Yeah. And you, Sam.
I recently watched Mark Ronson's Architectural Digest tour of his house.
Was it amazing?
It was, very nice. This is where I keep my boutique velvet shoes. And over here is my collection.
Is he English?
He's English. He's English. His parents were super hardcore partiers, and he just used to wake up and they're all just having sex in the lounge and listening to music and stuff. And I think
his stepdad was in Yes or something like that.
Yeah, he was in a band. He was in a band for sure. I can't remember which one it was. I'll Google it.
And his dad as well was some kind of bon vivant music guy or something. So he grew up between London and New York.
It sounded like a not ideal space to grow up in, but he made the most of it by just.
Well, they never are. Those rock stars, those great guys, those nice guys, they're into shit, right? And they just excel out of the shit, right? Is that right?
Here we go. Oh wow!
Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, this is amazing.
That kind of thing. That sort of
Where
stuff.
did you get it from?
I bought it from a friend who just he really needed to sell it.
Yeah.
And didn't want to. He probably could have got a lot more money for it if he'd put it on eBay or Trade Me or something.
You do remind me of NXS Hutchinson a little bit in a way. Look at you.
It's the hair.
Yeah.
That's the hair. I met him once. I used to work for the Hard Rock Cafe years ago, and I met him about 6 weeks before he passed away at the British Music Awards. We're always doing Hard Rock Cafe backstaging, and he was a lovely guy, actually. A nice guy. And he asked for a guy. I said, "Do you want a margarita, mate?" He goes, "No, I'd rather have a cup of tea." So I said, "Fuck, man, I don't make cups of tea." And nice guy, top bloke.
Maybe that's what.
I do tell people that story a little bit. I don't want to say it on the air, but maybe that just kicked them over the edge a little bit. But
yeah, because he needed a cup of tea, you know.
I know, and I just said, "No, have a margarita."
Margarita, sent him back on it. He went on a crazy bender.
And then old John Paul Gaultier was playing pool. I remember one of those. We had a pool table. We had a full Hard Rock inside the backstage of all the World Music Awards, British, and I was the barman there. And old John Paul Gaultier was playing bloody pool. You know, bang, bang, bang. And he was having a good old time with his people around him. And fucking old Liam Gallagher come up. Hey, Karate Kid, get off the table, man. I'll have you on. You know, like karate. Fuck, there was even a bust up in the middle of the British Music Awards. It was quite funny calling old John Paul Gaultier old Karate Kid. And what a mate. We had to break. Well, you know what, like what the Gallagher boys like. They were just
Karate Kid.
You know.
Yeah.
What a strange offensive term.
Oh, because you know John Paul Gaultier was quite a, you know, the
live fellow.
Oh, I thought he was a fashion designer.
Oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme, sorry.
Oh,
right.
Sorry,
I was going, this is the
what a
weirdly made the story better.
Thing to say.
It would have been better if it was John Paul Gaultier in a way.
Like, I'm sorry,
Gaultier was there.
I blamed the Woodford Reserve on that one. Yeah, John Paul Gaultier, the old Belgian Karate Kid guy.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Sorry, I was watching your eyes there. What the fuck's he talking about?
Yeah, I was like, that's such a bizarre, like, non-offensive, offensive.
But I have met John Paul Gaultier too. He's a lovely man too. So he's a nice guy.
Very nice. Hey, is Taika easily to get hold of these days? Now he's living this real, like, ultra rock star lifestyle.
Look, I'll tell you this: he's not very easy to get hold of. I think for a lot of people. But when you need him, and you reach out to him, he's there for you. So he's, you know, he's done me a solid recently in a really, really good way for someone who needed it. So, you know, which was nice because you just don't know. Like, the thing about someone like Taika is like you just don't know what world he's in at the moment, and whether or not you're even gonna. He'll even see the message from you, or whether it's going through an assistant or. But no, he's
Where's
there.
he at the moment? Is he here or over there?
Well, he was at the Met Gala the other day on the.
Yeah, he must be.
On the red carpet, you know, getting papsed and it must be fucking crazy.
Oh, absolutely! Yeah. And now he's dating Rita Ora, so that's just gone like a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And his Marvel movies, they don't help either. I mean, just one of the biggest movie franchises in the world.
But that's the thing. If you make a movie that makes $1 billion in Hollywood, you're kind of in the top, like, 5 people in that world ever.
Oh, absolutely. You're in the echelon.
You're in the echelon of the most, you can do what you want then, I guess.
But it really shows the man when you do ring him up and he answers your phone, right? He's your mate.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love that shit.
He's super lovely. Like, I mean, we hung out with him a long time ago before anything major was happening, but he was bloody lovely and just kind of normal. And I think it's really nice to see New Zealanders just
Yeah.
Just absolutely cracking it. You
Yeah.
know, we had like Lucy Lawless and Dave Dobbin and stuff, but Tyker's on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
It's
Him
happened fast,
and Lord
too.
are really at this level of international fame and acclaim that we haven't really ever seen before.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, I'll
Even
guess Peter Jackson, obviously. But Peter Jackson's kind of different because he's sort of like he's in his
still here,
cave.
and it was really like in a vacuum of Lord of the Rings kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
Tyker's kind of gone to this whole nother Hollywood level and is really entrenched in that whole world now. It's kind
So
of
what you're saying is Peter's more backstagey, really famous, but the other two, Lord and Tyker, are pretty up there. I remember him in Chapel Bar and Bistro, mate. He was just sitting outside, and we were all looking at him. Fuck, we know that guy, and he was just a great guy. Just have a chat to him, but he was a real person. I love real people. Reminds me,
but also he's also a prick.
Is he? I need to hear the dirt.
Come on,
it sounds great.
Tell
us more.
I just can't handle things being nice for too long. So it's
right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I could tell you.
Talking about all these New Zealanders doing well, fuck them. Like, you know, they're off there just doing so well. And we're stuck here doing this.
Shithole.
Fucked. Fucked. Locked up in a fucking prison cell. Fucking hell.
What I don't like about Peter Jackson is just his hands. They feel like they remind me of, I went to a Steiner school, which I talk about way too often on the show. I went to a Steiner school and my teacher was really like had the same hands, and he made a whole lot of swords and stuff himself at home and was a sculptor and stuff. He was always dealing with clay, and they just look like there's clay all the time going on. I just find it
Donald Trump hands, maybe?
No, he has stumpy hands. He's got stumpy hands.
If you Google his hands, you're going to know what I'm talking about.
Can you find a picture of his hands?
Yeah, you're completely right. I've actually seen there is this little documentary on his hands, and they are the stubbiest hands in Hollywood. But yeah, we will get back to you with that real soon. His hands actually resemble Michelle's foot.
No.
Apparently.
Right.
Sam,
Gotcha.
to explain that joke, we have a lovely listener. Her name is Michelle, and she is in a wheelchair. She's got the power chair. She's had one leg amputated and the other leg is still there, but
it's buckled in.
It's like the lotus. It's like a bound foot from the old days, like a lotus flower. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where that joke comes from.
Okay.
Not a great joke.
Yep.
Luckily for us, Michelle is fantastic and has a laugh all the time about it. And we just called her and we're having a little joke around about it.
Well, shout out to Michelle.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's on a stump. She's on a stump.
I've got to say, my computer's going to run out of battery.
Yeah.
See you later, Sam.
I think it just happened then.
Yeah.
See his hand?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, old Stumpy.
It looks like it's going to be working with clay.
Jesus. Right. Look at that. Wonder how big his old fella is.
What?
His old fella must be a bit stumpy too.
Oh, Jamie Oxley. I didn't go to Michael Park. I went to the one that was in Langholm.
Gotcha.
Hey, Sam's a lovely guy, wasn't he?
Sam is a great guy.
Lovely.
And
so lovely.
What an exclusive to have a tour around his little music room there.
Yeah, I
that
feel
banjo was off the chain. I love that banjo.
And you guys thought I was taking a piss about the goat guts, eh?
No, because they used to do tennis strings and stuff out of that too.
I knew you were taking the piss out of the drumming and the little.
Oh, no, he's
you make David from Yamaha. Come on, mate.
David McElroy. He owns Yamaha in New Zealand.
Really?
Yeah.
I take it back. I thought
So did you,
punchline.
Mate, I get sponsored by drum kits, mate. You don't know this. I've got a little thing, you know.
What thing have you got? What drum?
When I was 4 years old, I said to my mum, I want to play the drums. So mum put me into this band. This drum guy, and played for about 4 years as this drum guy. Unbeknown to me, it was in a pipe band. So I played in a pipe band for 8 years, up and down farmers doing Christmas parades and Anzac parades. That's why I'm a good drinker, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It makes complete sense.
Hey, Sam Hutchinson's back.
Hey,
oh, there you go. I was just saying, Sam, I was just telling him about my drumming career, Sam. Did you hear that? Sam?
Oh, he hasn't got his mic.
Oh, you haven't got your mic on.
Yeah, Sam.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Awesome.
I don't know if you can hear us.
I don't think so.
He's working on it. So that's my little thing about my band. That's why I'm such a good rhythmic person. And rhythm is very good in the bed, obviously. Rhythm's very good at brushing your teeth. Very good at brushing the toilet. You know, you got to have beat. You got to have rhythm. You know, like sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4.
Jamie Oxley says, I went to Michael Park School for 7 years and I wanted to go to a normal school. So did I. I wanted to go to a normal school so bad that I started a little uprising. And my mum got a phone call and said, look, we realised that Sophie would like to leave the school. I went by Sophie back then because Sophia seemed like a bit too of an old lady's name. So I went for...
Your middle name, Sophia?
My real name, Sophia. Yep.
No, what's your middle name? Sorry, darling.
Catherine.
With a Y or an I?
What?
With a Y?
No, not with a Y. I-N-E.
A K or a C?
Well, there's a Catherine with a Y and a Catherine with an I and C.
There is no Catherine with an I-N-C. That literally says ink. Catherine.
So how many Catherines are there? There's definitely a Catherine Y in...
Oh, mate.
Stop.
Come on, mate.
Stop. Anyway,
YN.
They said, can you please tell her to stop asking everybody to leave the school? So it was just, our teacher got a bit violent and was using sticks to like smack down on people's desks so hard that like the stick would break in half, and it got all really fucking hairy. And I was like, nah.
But you were so young back in my day. Do you remember Ray Tanner?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Ray
Tanner. He did the music class, wasn't he? Ray Tanner.
Oh no, art history, and music. I've got a scar here, right here, where he threw a duster at my head.
You're joking. Yeah, show us the scar. Where is it?
Some teachers just take it to the max, and you just got to think like, you shouldn't be in this job.
But Ray Tanner was a great guy. He was a great guy. I really love Ray Tanner. He took us for art history, and a little story about Ray Tanner just quickly while we're here, or maybe this could start, maybe another night, or do you want to have
another night?
Is this the Ray Tanner that used to conduct the orchestra, the choir? Like
100%, the 100. We'll talk about Ray Tanner another night. We'll do a St. Peter's story night, eh?
Yeah, okay, no someone says Benny Mac looks like he's in Afghanistan, and you nailed it. I've been thinking, what is it that it just looks like something? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, well, you know what they said? They said they were going to get everybody out, but it was such a shitstorm they left a few of us patriots behind.
We've got matching curtains, Benny.
Actually,
yeah. They're nice, aren't they, these ones?
It's you and Michelle, and you're saying wheelchairs will probably go out dating.
Yeah, well, that's it, you know. She could raise on up, you know.
Hey, can you turn around to your wheelchair?
What?
Was it?
No.
Mate, why don't you invite some St. Peter's old boys on, like Pat Lamb or some of the famous ones?
Oh, Bern McHale will probably come on. Pat Lamb, Dylan Meeker can't, unfortunately, a dear old soul cross his heart.
Yeah.
No, there's a few famous boys. Probably the most famous is Simon Dello.
Yeah, let's get Simon. I want to see if Simon can join us.
Yeah, he's unfortunately he's committed to his contract. He can't go into any other radio stations. No, we'll bring a couple of famous guys on, you know.
Sounds good, mate. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for another great show. You know what? I've heard a lot of Sam interviews.
Oh, my God. Hold on. Jamie. Yes, I do. He says, do you remember Eurythmy? That's what, yes, I do remember Eurythmy. Okay. Every day we would have a Eurythmy class. And it was just fucking dancing around with ribbons.
Wow.
Oh, my God. This must be like a Steiner's thing joke.
Yeah.
And was it actually spelled like that, like YOURETH?
No, that wasn't spelled. It wasn't spelled that way. He said, "Sorry, I'm dyslexic." But where you would, I know what you're talking about, Jamie. Yes,
Oh yeah, right.
I do remember eurythmy. Unfortunately, I remember a lot of things from that time of my life. Do you remember the bean bags we used to have to throw around while we were counting? We had to use bean bags to count. That's how we did. That's how we did mathematics. But it wasn't called mathematics. It was called arithmetic.
Oh, right. Well, it sounds like their catchphrase should be called, it's Steiner School, not Einsteiner.
Yes.
So what was it called? Oh, so are we running out of time? Are we running out of coins, are we, Thane?
No, we're good. We're good to go. We can keep on going.
What was it called mathematics when that's the thing? Or what's
the correct term and the proper term for it would be arithmetic.
That's an old school term, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Chinese, it was called
these schools are based on.
Zhaidu.
Zhaidu.
If the Chinese created maths, it was called Zhaidu.
Right.
But
okay.
So if you think about what's that movie where Heath Ledger rides the horse and it's like
Brokeback Mountain.
Other one.
A Knight's Tale.
Joyce Jolsting. So think to that era.
Right.
That's where we went to school. So we literally our teacher wore a knitted vest. He carved swords and all sorts of stuff out of wood or metal, or he would be making things out of clay and they'd be like Lord of the Rings things. He had his own Lord of the Rings ring. It was really heavily based in that. We would, essentially learn to make spoons or in woodwork. So I made
a good, Sophia, is if you kind of researched an old teacher, maybe a favorite, and brought them on, and we could all actually get our favorite teacher if they're still alive. Remember Mr. Ekaroma?
Mr. Ekaroma has passed away with the big belt. Mr. Ekaroma.
Yeah.
And Frank Moritz.
Favorite teacher.
That's it. Yeah.
We had
Mr. Lockhart, I think, or Wishart, one of the two. From Avondale College. If anyone went to Avondale College and you know the person I'm talking about, he was
If anyone went to St. Peter's, Mrs. Robinson, she had cans out here, man. Fuck. She was our fun teacher. Hey, but just talking about Steiners, I mean, Dilworth's got their problems. Gisborne College got their problems with the old broomstick up the bottom. Was there anything touchy-feely at Steiners, do you think?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It was just the stick, just the assault, the crazy guy.
The mental
It wasn't like Ghost. It wasn't like Ghost doing the old clay carving and he come around the back of you and started forming this shape in front of you with the clay. And you felt this and just go.
Unfortunately, no. There's another image of his hand, his ungodly hand.
Hey, mate, I'm talking about my bloody ghost thing here, Benny Mac. Come on, mate. Remember that going up and down. You didn't get any of that at Steiner's with the clay?
No, it wasn't like a rapey vibe. It was just it was very frustrating, I think, having to learn.
You wanted it. Oh, it was a reverse. You wanted it more than they wanted it.
No, look, and it's 10:48. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And I'm out.
I think Luke, I think you were talking about the succubus demon, which is basically the demon that comes on you when you're in your bed and sits on your face.
That's it.
So maybe
that's rolling now, guys.
Sophia's going. I'm going too. See ya.
Take yourselves out. Thank you very much, everyone. Hey, tomorrow, best behavior. We've got Sean Plunket on the show, and also we've got Megan Alatini. She's been become a judge for Miss New Zealand, so she's going to be talking about Miss New Zealand, and maybe there's some beautiful women out there who'd like to enter that competition. Benny, thank you very much for your participation, Manny. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, sir. From us, let's check the final messages. Samir says, great show. How about that? Excellent.
Oh, boom. We just had 100 messages.
Or would you just go and find us a winner, mate? The message 200 and message 201 get those glasses from our good friends at Fortune Eyewear.
It was, I know that message 200 is which I'm adding in because we've just had 100 messages on this, but
right.
I think it was Jody. I think it was actually Jody was the 25th message of the day, and then the person next to her. So I know that Jody is the lucky winner. And again, sorry to hear you lost, Jody. Lots of love, team.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good night.